There we go. Intro. Finally, I'm getting things dialed in. Mostly finally. Anyways. Kind of thanks to Twitch, actually, because I've been streaming a bunch on Twitch, so kind of helping me keep updating stuff. Hopefully everybody's having a lovely Friday and can hear me. Haven't really changed any of my settings, so I would hope you can hear me, other than my audio seems a little loud. And maybe I'm just being loud. I can just quiet down a little bit. Hey there, Paul and Michelle, Trust. We got Christopher in here. Trust again. Trust is doubling up on the emojis. I'm working on this shoulder pauldron. I've been working on it on Twitch, and I worked on it last week on here. Mostly carving, I think. I did carving last week. I'm going to do some more carving again today, but I also have plans to hopefully get to a point where I'm starting to cut out some more pieces and do some assembly. So I've got one piece of my 4 for my first pauldron. We've got, this is my new one I got to do. But I've got all these done for my pauldron. They're looking good. Pretty pleased with them. But each pauldron has 4 pieces. And yeah, I wanted to have this done, but it's not done. So we're going to dive into that for a bit. If you're a regular, hey, hit the like button. And all that stuff. If you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I'm just going to start working on this. It's getting to the point where I'm happy with its consistency. It's moist. It's moisture content. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Yeah, is what it is. It's got to get done. Though I was kind of I got distracted today, and I started working on that the Dark Horse Tavern YouTube channel, converting my old gaming channel to it. I did like a cool tavern logo thing and a banner. Sent people a bunch of messages. Hey, Rika, evening. How you doing? Nonconformist, hello. So yeah. I'm going to continue to use this tiny little freaking beveler. I just don't think it's that much slower than the other one. I like that I can just instantly get into all my little tiny corners and stuff and just fire my way along. I also like the angle that it has on. Like I use it on almost all these. So I'm happy with that. Hello there from Stormwork. I need to increase. The one thing I keep forgetting to do is increase the size of the font. I'm blind. And then also I need a Bluetooth keyboard. I went to get one. Instead I got an extension cable thinking that I could just move my keyboard over here. But my keyboard has 2 plugs. So it didn't help me at all. I'm just going to get a little tiny easy going Bluetooth keyboard. Just sub to the tavern. Awesome. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff on there. A lot of gaming oriented stuff. Yeah, it's going to be... my plan is for it not to be video games, majority. There'll be some video game stuff. But it's going to be primarily like tabletop gaming stuff. Painting minis. Talking about the history of Dungeons and Dragons. I've done one... I did that about me video. Oh, how did I get here? That video, which I had a lot of fun doing. And it's got a bunch of clips from different movies that I loved and game books and stuff, and just me narrating it. I want to do some more narration stuff because I did do a bunch of voiceover school, and I'd like to practice my narrating. So I'm off the top of my head right now is I'm going to do some general gaming history videos. That'll be me talking over cool images that I find that have to do with what we're talking about. History of Vampire the Masquerade, history of Dungeons and Dragons, insert history of GURPS. Whatever you can think of, right? So that's one of the ideas as I ramble here. Ramble. And because I have so many friends that are into gaming, I hope that finally I'll be able to have a channel where people are helping me with the damn channel and like partnering with me on doing it. We'll see. People like doing their regular jobs though. So, hey, Rich. Oh, it's Lost Viking. Nice. Happy to see you over here. Got jacked up leather in here. Nice pattern. Thank you. Glad to see people in here on Friday. I got started a little later. In fact, I was kind of did a detour and I wandered off to. Is it called Imperial Hobbies? I don't think it's Imperial Hobbies. No, it's not. Some hobby store. I needed some paint. I needed some leather colored paint. Some browns. I had crappy browns here I didn't like, so I went and bought some paints for my mini painting. Then I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I need some leather colored paint for my Warhammer orcs. And I was like, well, it's like a space. They're space orcs. Like it's 40K stuff that I'm doing. They're otherworldly fantasy orcs. The leather does not need to be brown. Could be any color. Whatever. Or they could have dyed it, etc., etc. Not every strap needs to be a brown strap. You know what I'm saying? Give me a heads up on the only thing that sucks. One thing I forgot to do for this. You can't do the music on here really without them like constantly bugging you about it. So I was gonna do like a rotational playlist of some royalty-free stuff and just forgot to do it. So I hope to like rocket through this carving because you guys that are following me around on Twitch and here have already seen a bunch of this damn carving. And as much as it's super entertaining, I'd like to get to some assembly here, you know? Christopher says, just finished 2 of your fantasy pouch patterns and working on a 3rd. Love to hear that. Thank you very much. I am working but have a great data plan, says Paul. Nice. My data plan's pretty good too. Damn it. I'm pretty pumped about painting minis right now. The idea that I can paint them and not like, it's just so much work. They're a lot of work. But I can paint them with content in mind. Not a bad idea. If people want to watch me paint minis, that is. I'm not a professional miniature painter, but it's something I like to do. I'd love for that other channel to be just a crossover of different people that are all kind of in the same spot. I wanted to do that with this main channel, but it's just not a good idea. This is a Leathercraft channel. It is going to stay a Leathercraft channel. That's why I went to Twitch to stream, because I didn't want to drive everybody crazy. Thanks for subscribing, Tiffany. Pleased to see you here. Thank you very much. This is where I would hit a button that I said I was going to get a long time ago, and there'd be fireworks and stuff. Does anybody else see a little weird heart on their screen? Like down in the chat? What is that? I haven't seen this before. On the bottom right of the chat for me. What does this do? Oh, I think this is the thing that sends like stuff across my screen for only for iPhone users, maybe. I could be wrong. But there we go. That's me clicking on it. If you see stuff on my screen and you're tell me what phone you're using. Oh, I'm seeing it in the chat, maybe. People try and click on it while I'm hit some random stuff. I think that it is it just in the chat or is it on the actual screen itself? I've never seen that before. This is like the first thing. I'm like, oh my god, YouTube actually added something? Cool. Very cool. Look at you, YouTube. 5 years behind the times, but getting there. Awesome. another idea I had for that tavern channel, some interviews with people. I know some game devs and designers, both for video games and some tabletop stuff. Yeah, I'll come up with some, as long as I have enough hours in the day, right? Heart thing is stolen from Instagram and or TikTok. Yeah. People beat heart and stuff forever. It's a good idea. If it's a good idea, just use it. Like they should have named their redirects. They just should have named them raids. But no, they had to be. What is it called? I think they're just redirects. What a dumb name. Gotta rocket through all this carving. Rocket. Just cut this table down. No. Yeah. I was talking about I need a smaller table because of how my cameras are set up, but maybe I'm just overthinking. I'm overthinking. 100% I'm overthinking. But sometimes overthinking is good. These are both kind of got garbled lines on them. I wonder if I can smooth them out at all. Not really. Maybe when I wet it again, I'll give it a try. A little bit. A little bit. Come on, people have got to be up to some fun stuff this weekend. I'm playing some Blood Bowl this weekend. Holy, what's going on? Never have an ambulance around here. It's weird. Maybe somebody chopped a finger off. It's the only thing I can think of, considering the work environment. I hope not. I hope it's an ambulance for indigestion. And if you go over to that Dark Horse Tavern YouTube, all the stuff I did on there was with AI and Photoshop, Midjourney and Photoshop. It was a lot of fun. Bring on the hate if you're into the hate, feel free. But I did came up with a bunch of versions of a tavern sign. Then I put put my wood burned. Well, it's actually leather burned. I put this. Well, that's terrible. What am I doing? I put this on it, so it looks like it's wood burned onto the tavern sign. Kind of cool, must say. Heck yeah, Blood Bowl! I have a Slayer themed team of dwarves. That's awesome. I was gonna do Slayers ages ago when I was thinking about doing Blood Bowl and Warhammer. Rich is, I'm doing my first leather work since the Boy Scouts this weekend. Having to do my own sheath work for the first time. Sweet. Love it. You are getting swatted. Swatted? I don't know what that means, but all right. I am excited to get this pattern in the hands of my Patreon peoples. Oh, did I already mention this before? I don't remember if I mentioned this last stream. I came up with an amazing idea. Incredible idea, I might say. So if you're a member and a leather crafter, but you don't want to deal with Patreon and you're just want to deal with YouTube, I've got my second level tier now that I've changed to something useful. So now it's got everything that the first level tier has, which is like emojis, Discord access, the green name, super important. But now it also has, on the second tier, is after you've been subscribed to the second tier for 2 months, you can get it. You can choose any pattern from my stockpile of patterns, and I send it to you free. It's not free because you're paying for the second tier, but I send you a pattern a month, and it's to avoid people from abusing it, because then people could sign up and depart easily and just grab whatever they wanted. I want it to be something consistent and like long term. So that was my genius plan. So if that's something that interests you, my patterns range in price from $5.95 to $24.95. I think that 24 is probably the highest. But any of those you can choose after the second month. You can start second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, until you abandon it. Get a pattern for about $9 a month. What a deal! What a deal! Oh, where was I? Right over here. Imagination Hobby says I just got my first ancient Greek coin. What? Just got? What do you mean you just got? You just bought one? You found one? Damn, that's cool. That's really cool. Where was I? Again, doesn't matter where I was. Just go with it. Anyways, I thought that was a good idea. So I just, fucking this up a little bit. Man, this is really dry already. Man. Freaking hell, I gotta wet it some more. You guys can hang out with me wetting leather. Super cool. Also going dancing tonight. Oh, yeah. Dark 80s. If you are I don't know if you're a Dark 80s fan. I'm going to Dark 80s tonight. Should be good. This has got to now dry a little bit. Ancient Greek. That's crazy. I'm gonna grab a beverage out of the fridge. They better be in the fridge, or I'll cry. I think I put them in the fridge. Oh, I'm not as sore as I was yesterday, but I'm still kind of sore. Aha! They're not in the fridge. Oh my god! All right, put one in the freezer. What's the countdown you guys figure for a cold beverage? A cold beer? 20 minutes? Probably 20 minutes. Let's do a little countdown. Timer. So it doesn't explode on me. 20 minutes. There you go, bud. It's on the way. Dark 80s is, well, I guess it depends on who you are, but it can go from Depeche Mode, Bauhaus, The Cure, I guess Skinny Puppy, and like that kind of industrial angle is Dark 80s. All that Front 242, Sisters of Mercy. Did I say Sisters of Mercy? I think I did. All those kind of bands. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that's I don't really think is Dark 80s that they play anyways, but whatever. Their night, they can do what they want. In the freezer, Rich? It's in the freezer. Harry says, I wanted to start leather work for a long time, have leather and some tools. You're inspiring me to finally start. Thank you. Harry, the one thing that I can tell you is, if you're anything like me, you always think you need another tool before you start the project. And I have got a lot of stuff here that I didn't need to start streaming, for instance. I kept collecting stuff, saying, I'm going to stream when I get all the stuff I want. You guys got to start. the best thing to do. You just got to start and then add to your tool list. So grab those tools and make something. Make something simple, and then make something a little less simple and a little less simple until you are on your way. Right? It's still a little wet. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Glad to see you in here on this Friday. Just another reminder to those of you that don't know, I am on Twitch now as well, and I'm streaming so far twice a week on Twitch and once a week on YouTube. Same kind of stuff generally, but not always. I did a little bit of game streaming. It'll be like, I might do mini painting there on Twitch too. Teresa just got off work. Excellent. A swivel knife blade's pretty standard sizes where they fit the tool. Mine has a steel blade and would like to change it to ceramic. Yeah, usually they are pretty standard. But don't take my word on that, but I would think so. That would be the smart thing to do. So, what swivel knife blade do you have? Do you have like a weird one? If it's anything from Tandy, you can probably be sure that it's... Well, you're not even anywhere near a Tandy, I don't think, actually, now that I think about it. It's like North America only, mostly. I see a spot there that I didn't cut. Did not cut. Switching to a ceramic blade was the best thing I've done, for sure. Well, that doesn't make any sense. One of the best things I've done. All right, so we had done a lot of like rambling about what the best name for that second channel was going to be, and I settled on Dark Horse Tavern. I think Yonelith maybe came up with that first, which is a great name. Very, very good name. Better than Dork Horse Workshop, which was still good, but for a different reason. There's still the possibility of having a Dork Horse Workshop YouTube channel, but I don't know what it would be now. So now we need to come up with content. I know what I like, and it's easy just to be like, I'm just going to do what I like. The concept of doing like the history of blah for various RPGs, easily I'm going to do that for sure, because again, as I was saying earlier, having narration practice is great for my like non-existent but attempting voiceover career. There'll be some streams and stuff, but like I want like finished videos. I shorts drive me crazy. I hate that I even have to do them, so I'm probably gonna pull back a lot on the shorts. They're for me, I consider them pretty useless content. I think YouTube would have been smart to just avoid them altogether and change. Like, one of the reasons people can just fire through and be fickle with shorts is they're just thumbing through it. Just make it so you can thumb through videos, like regular videos. Like, just really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Next video, next video, next video. I don't know why they don't try that. No, they gotta be shorts. As I go off on a tangent. Rant. This time on Magnus Rants. Shorts. Why he hates them. It's from China. Well, I think they're probably all from China. Honestly, it's just where, what place. I assume they'll be the same. I love how I was convinced that that beer was in the fridge. Trust says, I bought some standard swivel knife from China. The ceramic blades from Tandy just fit fine. Great. I think there are a lot of people that can be helped by shorts. I hate watching them too, but I do them because I know some people just will never have the chance to hear what I have to say otherwise. I just think that shorts don't have a lot of retention. I feels like it's just people fickly like firing through stuff. I watch TikTok and shorts. Trust me. I watch TikTok and I find myself suddenly watching Facebook Reels, and then I'm like, am I on TikTok? And I'm like, oh no, I'm on Facebook. I try and avoid shorts on YouTube just because they annoy me. Like you lose like an hour or two. You're like, what have I been doing? What did I watch? I have no idea what I watched. Good stuff. If I had somebody here in charge of shorts, that'd be great. All right. Hey, get up. We got to do this stupid short. All right, fine. That was their whole thing. That's the kind of stuff I think about as far as having employees. Like somebody in charge of short form content that I don't have to think about. They can take my videos and cut them down and do whatever. I did a bunch of that, but it's just, I don't know, it's only one of me. Tough. Where you going? Smooth this out a little bit. Looking a little crazy. More of a gradual slope. Mm-hmm. I like the shorts. I can see if the full video is worth my time. Teresa, great point. Great point. But it also, shorts are like they're as a revenue stream, they're non-existent. You get, unless you're making like short every day and getting tons and tons and tons and tons of views, which seem to be only the like more clickbaity, catchy, weird slice of life stuff does that for the most part. There is a leather crafter that has almost all he's done is shorts. He's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. It's Morrison Made. Go check out Morrison Made if you want to look at just tons of little wallets being made. And I am not trashing on Morrison Made at all, but it drives me a little bonkers that I didn't know he existed. And he generally, for the most part, makes wallets, and he has over 1 million subscribers. I'm like, what? For wallets? But he does lots of shorts, lots of little ASMR things. He did like he made a wallet out of a football, which got a huge amount of hits, and then he started doing wallet out of a baseball, wallet out of another football, wallet this, wallet that. I'm just like, I'm doing the wrong stuff. I should just do wallets. I have all the stuff. Just make a bunch of wallets. I have the ability to copy those guys if I want to, but I don't want to. So he must be making some money from those shorts. He's done a ton of them. When I say a ton of views, I think he's got 50 or 60 million views on one video. How many people that are watching? How many of those 60 million people are making a wallet? Like none of them are making a wallet. So they're just like, oh, this is cool. He's making a wallet out of a football. That's neat. Crazy. And rant too. Yeah, Hex says, I see that Morrison guy all the time. Yeah, I think I'm still subscribed to him. There's a bunch of leather crafters that I subscribe to, and then I get bored and I unsubscribe. Brad says, I recently found your stuff. I was interested in the issue of the rivets. You seem to gravitate to the peen type. I get the sense that you think little of the double cap. Can you expand on that? Brad, I make a lot of rattan combat armor, and so peening rivets are stronger and seen a lot in actual armor. So when I'm making something and I'm thinking about it as actual armor, I tend to use peening rivets a lot. I like the look of them, and it feels more real to me. A rapid rivet looks like a rapid rivet. You know, it looks like somebody is using a leather rivet from Tandy. So for me, a peening rivet adds a little bit of realism, even if the armor you're making isn't very realistic. And I do a lot of movie stuff too. So, and granted, a lot of people in the movies use a lot of rapid rivets. I've used rapid rivets before. Depends on the project. I think the bottom line is, I think they look cooler. And usually it's not, for me at least, there's not that much more time involved because I'm pretty good at peening them. And you can also find rapid rivets with little heads, little round heads and stuff too. So take what I say with a grain of salt on that front. I just haven't bothered to try to find those. It'd probably take me 2 seconds on the internet. But I don't even think about it until there's a question like that one. Arapaho rivets. I don't know what that is. Oh. Little numb toes. Numb toes. I have lots of rapid rivets, for sure. I have tons of them, and I do occasionally use them. Shorts on the Rhinestone World cover, quick technique, not so much a project. Yeah, makes sense. The thing about shorts, though, is you can't really control your revenue, and the revenue is terrible. So if you did a short video that's not a short, on like under 8 minutes, so up to, if as long as your video is 8 minutes long on YouTube, a regular video, you can put mid-roll ads in it. If it's under 8 minutes, you can't put mid-roll ads. But even if it's under 8 minutes, say it's like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, and then you can have an ad at the beginning and the end and make a little bit of revenue off of that. Whereas shorts, you get pennies, unless it's a really cool video that gets people attached to it, and then 60 million views like Morrison, then you can make some revenue off that, but it's exponentially less than regular videos. I tried to search for a comparison, and there's very little info on it. Yeah, put some spaces or something and give that a shot, or like be sneaky with how you link it. I don't mind. I was talking about this on Twitch. I need a mascot. Need a mascot because it's funny. I'll probably do like a plushie. I don't know if it should be a little horse. That would be kind of cool, little horse. A little nightmare horse. I thought of a Cthulhu plushie. I like that kind of stuff. Am I going to Pennsic? No. They did good leather work. Are you denying? Jet. YouTube won't allow it. What? Not sure what you're saying, Chet. No worries, Jason. I'm late too. I'm always late. I'm still working on getting a schedule down, you know? Did my timer just go off? No. 3 minutes in the freezer left for 20 minutes in the freezer. Do we think that's going to be cold enough? Okay. Now I'm so confused. I don't like the curve on this, but up here I kind of mangled this, but I'll live. Not the end of the world. For all the carving on this, it's not the end of the world. I'll be all right. I'd like to hear your thoughts on SCA event leather merchants. It seems to me that revenue possibilities aren't worth it. I think the revenue possibilities certainly are worth it. It depends on where you are and how many people are around and the quality of your work. And if you're willing to use a sewing machine on some parts. Because if you were going to hand stitch everything, probably not worth it. It's just not. And people in here may be like, no, it's got to be hand stitched. It's just so long. It just takes so long to hand stitch something. So you have to either convince people that this is the designer hand stitched perfect historical item. If you can do that, there's value in that for sure. If you can make period hand stitched stuff, great. But if it's fantasy or kind of period, like off-ish period, then just sewing machine it, doesn't matter. But you need a sewing machine to make money on doing leathercraft. Unless you, again, can get that, oh, I missed a spot. Get that idea into people's heads that they're buying a designer level of goods. So like, for instance, Feed the Ravens has managed to do that. They have their stuff is more expensive than most other places. It just is. But everybody knows that and they know what they're buying. So chat, you are just being confusing. Jason says, I live 30 miles from where Pennsic is held, and I have yet to go? Like 12,000 people. Show up. Have a good time. It's a good event because it's also fairly fringy, which means it's not like hardcore SCA in some spots, or just people that this is the event they go to, and they do their own thing, and the SCA is happening around them. I've been twice. Oh, there is my 20 minutes on my freezer beer. I've been twice, and I'll go again eventually, probably, but the weather there just drives me crazy. It's so gross. Not a fan of the weather. Biggest made you look in history, my bad. Chad. Heavy duty sewing machine is awesome. It depends on what you're making. I have 2 sewing machines. And I've had lesser sewing machines. Yeah, I went to Gulf Wars this year, which was a lot of fun. And also not. Because there was like one day that was just rained out. Chaos. I have my heavy leather sewing machine, which is a Juki 441 knockoff. It's a Cobra Class 4. And it does all my armor stuff that I need to sew. And then I've got a Juki 1541, which is more like belt weight and down to upholstery, but not clothes. But I've had other sewing machines. You can get used ones. But if you have the time to commit to making goods with that sewing machine, you can pay off the sewing machine very fast. If you're buying the sewing machine and then you're doing leather work with the sewing machine once a week, once every couple weeks, not that good of an investment. Brad says, can you suggest a good starter sewing machine? Starter sewing machine for leather. You can get there's a lot of refurbed and older industrial machines on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist. Though Craigslist is I'm amazed Craigslist still exists. But you can find some stuff that'll punch through some heavy leather. A specific machine, not so much, unless you go on like leatherworker.net. Oh yeah, there's leatherworker.net or leathercrafter.net, leatherworker.net. One of those. A very brown website. You'll know when you're there. And they have a used section of people selling sewing machines and other stuff. So you know that when you go there, you're probably looking at a machine that'll sew leather. So it's that's probably my best info is go to leatherworker or crafter.net. Again, I think it's leatherworker. And look in their used section for sewing machines. Walking foot is key, says Paul. 100% walking foot is key. I had a Tipman Boss was the first sewing machine I ever had, which was a hand crank. There's clunk, 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 and it would go through the same leather maybe a little less than my heavy leather machine. So that's a great machine if you can afford one. They're still pricey though. I think they're supplying them again. I think Tandy has a new one actually. What is it? Oh no, what it is Tandy is now selling the same machine that I have here, the Cobra Class 4 from Leather Machine Co. in California. So they have partnered up with those guys to sell their sewing machines. Where was I? Oh yeah, a Tipman Boss was the sewing machine that me and a bunch of people had 10 years ago. It's hand cranked, small, didn't break. It was great. But they were over $1,000 still, and they're probably $1,500 now, brand new. All right, more water is needed for sure as I ramble up a storm. Oh yeah, that's a numb toe. If you were, my groin's still screwed up from Ontario West War. I pulled it. That was 3 weeks ago. Very crazy. Cowboy Outlaw, awesome. So Cowboy Texo and Leather Machine Co. all do, or at least all used to do, Juki knockoffs. So they're all very similar machines with different colors. The Cowboy is brown. Not the Cowboy. The Leather Machine Co. is brown, which is freaking ugly. It's the worst color sewing machine I've ever seen. But I would probably get a Texo if I got another one. I think they're still in. I think Texo. Yeah, Lonsdale is selling Texo stuff, and I'm partnered with Lonsdale, so I'd probably just get a Texo. They look pretty nice. Hey, Will, how you doing? I see. Like, if you're looking for a good machine, like an old Pfaff, Singer, or Juki are all great machines. They might look a little rough, but just make sure it runs, and have somebody that you know that knows sewing machines that can go with you and check it out. Now's a good time to make sure you hit that like button. Also, it's been a while since I did my spiel. I didn't even do it yet today. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can become a member for $1.99. You get emojis, access to the Discord, which also gives you access to the Valheim server that I started last week, and playing with me on Valheim and other games if you want to do that. You get a green name, which is pretty super duper. If you don't want to become a member, you can also support by doing super chats, super stickers, that kind of stuff. Oh, lotion, thank you. A lotion up a hand. I got the lotion emoji out there. Sweet. Thank you. And there's also, as I was talking about earlier, there's another tier that I just made that is like $8. And once you've been a member of that tier for 1 month, on the second month you get to pick a pattern, and on the third month you get to pick a pattern that I've made. So every single month after the first, you get to get patterns, like Cookie Monster, but Pattern Monster. So there's that. We haven't had any new members yet this stream. Hopefully we can change that before it ends, which will be a little while because I'm still working on stuff. Oh yeah. To test the beer. Is it frozen? No, it won't be frozen. If I wasn't broke, it's all good. I'm not worried about it. I just preach it every once in a while because it's nice. It's the slow grind towards, streaming more. The more people that are invested in the stream, the more I can stream because it makes sense. Just you know what I'm saying. You're about. I'm not a firm believer in this being cold. I'm just not. I don't think it is cold enough, but I think the fact that it is a Kestrel Blackcurrant Lemonade Sour, which sounds like a beer that probably needs to be cold, I think that name alone will make it okay. I don't know fucking idea. Oh yes, the notifications thing. Make sure you turn the notifications on and set them to all because YouTube defaults it to their own custom version, which means they'll send you notifications about me releasing videos or going live if they think that you want to see them. This is such a terrible, terrible thing. Coldish. Skull. Dance. I have figured out what I'm going to do to this. Here, I'm going to give you guys a little, because this is still drying, little show and tell. Let's see if I can line this up at all, or if it's just going to be chaos. 1 second. Might just be chaos. So, yeah. Overthinking. Nobody's going to be able to see anything from that camera. Never mind. Ignore it. Ignore whatever I was saying. Look at all the emojis. Hell yeah. So Twitch has been a slow start so far, but we'll see how it builds. There's more people in here organically than there are having in Twitch. I've been raided once, which got a bunch of people in there. But in case you haven't heard the spiel about Twitch, this is the spiel about Twitch. I am streaming on Twitch because if I stream too much on this channel, I will destroy the channel and have been destroying the channel for about a year. So, what does that mean? Destroying the channel? My subscribers a month have dropped drastically. The more I put out content that people didn't subscribe for, and so people didn't subscribe for live streams. So it takes a hit on the algorithm and it drives me crazy. So I'm cutting back on that kind of stuff and focusing on my Fridays, getting some good videos out. Again, there's going to be a bunch of content videos that aren't tutorials, so stay tuned for those. General tips and tricks, how to use certain tools, whatever I can think of. I've got a painting video I'm going to come out with soon that has a lot to do with how I paint miniatures, so that'll be cool. Yeah, so that's the spiel. Now, if this whole YouTube streams thing takes off, which it hasn't, it's kind of been about the same amount of people over the last while, then I'll do more streams. But until it does, like it would have to be like consistently 100 people hanging out in here. Was I answering a question or was I just rambling? I think I was just rambling. seems blurry to me. Where is my middle? 1 second. Beep, beep. There, that's better. He slugged that beer so fast. I am part Switzerland. Ulk, is that Viking? No, y'all are neutral bitches. Quarter. Jesus, what? I don't know what you're saying, Chet, but it's okay. As long as you're having a good time. I am 15%, no, it's 20% mix of Swedish and what is it? Norwegian. And then a bunch of Scottish, English, Polish. Trying to not tool anything that's too wet. But it seems to be going okay. Yeah, a little bit of fam. We're all fam in the end. If you haven't liked the video yet, that's the easiest and freest way you can help this channel out. It's one of those things where I should have an automatic like little pop-up for that. Dennis says, just some feedback. I think the new tier is great. I did subscribe because of it. Getting a pattern every month is nice. Sweet. That's awesome. I thought it was a good idea. I had my Patreon, whole different thing. You can get some more patterns on there, but it's nice, simple, and all inclusive YouTube thing instead of having to go off to Patreon and fuck around with that stuff, which a lot of people don't want to do, honestly. But that said, this is including this pattern will be released on my Patreon this month for sure. It may be released before the video, so this pattern will be like $19, probably minimum. And it will be released on my Patreon this month. And I already released 3 old patterns this month on my Patreon and two or three pieces of art. Though I think the art is from this. Yeah, the art's already from the shoulder armor, so don't count that. But there's probably 4 patterns on there for $15 a month. So it's like it's tough to get people to go to Patreon though. They're very skeptical. But the deal over there this month is really good. I always release old stuff, but this month I went a little bonkers, honestly. I would even go as far as to say this month I released too much stuff. But I was kind of making up for the fact that I hadn't released a new pattern in a bit. Right? So I was feeling bad. So I'm like, I'll release just extra old patterns. Hey, Chubby Bunny. Glad you're here. McEwen's in the house. We got some McEwen emojis. Got a good little amount of people in here. I just need to finish this stupid carving so I can move on to assembly, or at least cutting out stuff. I'm going to do my tavern spiel again. I have changed my gaming channel to the Dark Horse Tavern after the debate about what the name would be. I put a logo up and a cool banner image. And if you're not over there but are interested in games, hobbies, video games, tabletop games, Dungeons & Dragons, Vampire the Masquerade, GURPS, Palladium, Star Wars, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. If that stuff interests you, that channel is going to be my non-leathercraft channel. Minis, mini painting, Warhammer, all that kind of stuff. So go check it out, youtube.com/@ Dark Horse Tavern. Is that how that works? I think they changed something about how your vanity URL works. I think it's kind of like Tickety Talk now or something. Anyways. Again, you might go over and you'll be like, hey, it's all video game streams. It's not going to be. Just that's what was there. I don't need another channel. It'll be an occasional video game stream and mostly cool stuff, and hopefully I get some contributors that are interested in helping with that. I've got to figure that out. Maybe McEwen will be interested. Maybe that's something more along what he's down for. But yeah. Anyways, ramble. Will says, how have you learned to do this nice work? I have learned through practice. Much practice. Mucho practicio. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'll have McEwen in on a stream here again soon. I think part of what I was doing on, like honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, when I was like, I'm just going to release whatever I want on this channel, I was kind of trying to take a shortcut to success on doing gaming stuff on this channel. It's just a bad idea. So I learned my lesson, and I'll just do it on another channel. It will either grow or fail by my own devices instead of like trying to piggyback off of this channel. Oh, it is piggybacking a little bit because I'm like, hey, no, come on over. It'll be great. Trust me. Chet says $40. I don't know what that conversation is, but that's fine. Is Chet just bidding on stuff? I don't know what Chet's doing. I think I'll also do stuff like we'll do a movie review night. There'll be what will the movie be? How about the new Dungeons and Dragons movie review? That'll be good. It'll be like all on topic. It'll be in the niche, I'm excited. I just have to find time to do the stuff. I'm gonna need more help is what I'm gonna need. So we'll see how it goes. But I am excited about it. And it's not like I'm starting from scratch. I have all this stuff from this main channel. All the equipment. Lots and lots of stuff. And let me see. Will was saying, how do I learn how to do this nice work? And I'm just like, practice. Actually, if I was going to learn how to do this now, I would probably subscribe to this channel and watch the videos, because I do a lot of tutorial stuff on leather carving. I've done a bunch. I should do more. Yeah. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. This would be a nice time if I would had somebody doing stuff for me to be like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention on all my socials that I'm live on YouTube right now. So I should or if I had I wonder if you can do that with a Stream Deck. Hit a button and it will send everything out. Probably can, actually. Not done. What did I do here? It just stopped? I feel like that wasn't even cut. What the hell? Kestrel Black Currant Lemonade Sour from Bomber Brewing, unaffiliated with Dark Horse Workshop. Oh. Oh. I like it. Makes me cry. I need to do more videos that I take for granted, that are like just simple little videos. I wish I could do a video every day. That'd be so good. Getting there. The only thing about Tandy's peening rivets is they are like belt peening rivets, so they got the flat back, so they don't have the dome, which is what I like to use. Though, if you're really good at your peening, you can make a nice dome on the other side. Random question: have you ever watched Diesel Punk for Leathercraft? No. Not like significantly. I've seen him. Yes. Oh yes. No. Yes. Yes. I have, but like, not consistently. He does. He has lots of cool stuff. He has lots of great patterns. Really great patterns. What's the other one? Creative All. Because Creative All has a lot of good patterns too. I think it's Creative All. Look, Creative All, and they started doing YouTube videos. I know Diesel's been doing YouTube recently. They're all catching up to me. And then there's Prince Armory, which does some cool stuff. I think he had, what was his Etsy sales? It was crazy. Diesel Punk. I was like, was it 100,000 or something? It was a lot. I checked him out and it was a lot. Is this not focused again? No, it is. I just thought of something I could do as a like a collaboration with somebody. I could do a cool leather like Warhammer 40K or Warhammer, some kind of logo or emblem for their mini box out of leather and do some cool paint job on it. Is that a great idea or a terrible idea? That's kind of cool. I don't know. It would be more of a collab with the gaming channel than anything, I guess. Oh, well, no, it wouldn't be. It would be a collab with the main channel, and then it would hopefully trickle into the other channel. Or so. As I ramble some more. I've only done a couple collabs. They haven't been very good. Kind of meh. But what's the collab there? I send him a emblem, and he shows it on his video, on his channel. With Mr. Beast. Yeah. I don't know if Mr. Beast would work with this chat. Like, what would we do? Yeah, Freak Legion is now the tavern. Freak Legion is Dark Horse Tavern. Yeah, they have a lot of cool fantasy-esque designs. Creative all does. And I want to do more fantasy stuff too. Costume, cosplay stuff. Working our way along. Needs a little water. Getting there. Crafting an airplane out of leather. Let's go. 250,000. Yeah, crazy. That guy's got it dialed in. Now we just gotta wait for this to once again dry a little bit as I sip my sour. So I've done some changes to how the audio works. Hopefully it is fairly quiet when I'm not talking. Right? But not totally out. I changed a few things. Thanks, Chet. I appreciate it. You're so kind. With my white beard. Little curl going on here. I should curl this up. That'd be freaking awesome. Throw it out. Your little pretty slick. Should do another tour of the shop to show the changes and talk about what else you're going to do. That's a good idea. Buried the tavern channel at the bottom of my sub list. Well, probably because it's fairly new-ish. I don't know. Makes sense. When I'm hammering rivets, it should be fine because I've got a limiter on it now. It won't spike out. It'll be loud, but it won't be crazy. No louder than, like, even my voice is too loud right now. I think I need to, in theory, bring it down a little bit because my average is peeking out in the red a little. But we're learning. I also learned that you can do multiple profiles on OBS now. So I got a Twitch profile and a YouTube profile instead of switching everything around constantly, driving myself nuts. I want to be done this carving. I feel like I'm missing something on the other side, but maybe I'm not. Yeah, I am. Right here. Well, later, McEwen. Have a lovely day and weekend and all that stuff. Make sure you like the video before you depart, or there'll be something to something. Another reminder to anybody that is interested in watching these later. I doubt people are. I don't know how interested I am in watching VODs later, or I mean not VODs, streams later, unless it's got some wealth of knowledge in it that you know about. My streams go unlisted shortly after they end and are put in a playlist for live streams. So you won't see them on the main feed, but if you scroll down in my playlist, you'll find them all grouped together, including the Twitch streams. So there are 3 Twitch streams there now. A lot of them are just carving. One of them was patterning. I think I was patterning out the shoulder. Oh yeah, in case you guys haven't seen what I'm actually working on. It's a bit of a mess, but this is the shoulder piece, the pauldron that I am working on. This is going to change. I'm going to move it in and slot it right through the top piece. But that's why there's so much carving on it. We got all this action. Yeah. It'll be cool. How dare you! I shall have your head. Now following, thank you. As we continue along here, what are we doing? So far this stream we have had no new members, no super chats, no super stickers. So if anybody is feeling generous to get at least that, we gotta get that 1 member. That's like the quota for the stream. 1 new member. At least we've had some subscribers, so that's good. Will, this is vegetable tanned leather, which is really the only leather you can carve properly. You could cut lines in other leather that's not wet, that's wet or not wet. But this the moisture and then cutting and stamping it, it helps it keeps its shape, and then it dries like that. So there you go. So much carving. I need to have a little stretch here. Just a moment. Moment to touch my toes. Pretend to touch my toes. I can totally touch them. Oh yeah. Better. Better. Come on. Scoot closer without fucking my shins up. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. The smoothest maneuver in the history of leathercraft. Mm-hmm. Chet is just like going off. Let me change that. Where is it? I think Chet's singing a song. I don't know what Chet's doing. But slow mode is activated. I want to change that. I don't want it to be 60 seconds. That's too long. 1 second. I'm just going to change something real quick. I don't have my keyboard here. I got to walk around. There we go. That's better. Is your notification set to all? Yeah, I changed it to 30 seconds. Sinister Goon, this is very relaxing to watch. It's like watching Bob Ross paint. Nice. Chet's, I got the day off, so why not drink all day and watch someone do cool shit? Thanks, Chet. Appreciate it. Just gonna do a happy little curve here. Oh, happy Happy little curve, little taps. My Bob Ross. How thick in mils? I have no idea. This is 10 ounce? Maybe 9, 10. Belt-ish. Probably more like 8, 9. Honestly. Forgot to announce it in the Discord? Oh, I changed something. Damn it. Yeah, I changed something in my settings. I gotta make sure I change that back. Hey, Omar! How are you doing? Needs a little more water here, folks. A little more water. Yeah, it was stupid. I changed something. Oh well. I am going to give away some members because nobody has become a member, and I can't not have people membered up here. You know, can't have even if it's just me doing it. I gotta do it. So give me a second while I figure out some member purchasing because I'm that guy. Membership gifting. No. Oh. There. See if Chet can get some stuff. There. I have gifted 5 memberships. Rolling the dice. One more. There we go. Nice. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? We're up to 30 concurrent viewers. It's a pretty good amount. It's not crazy, but it's pretty good. I'm going to keep up with the beveling that will not end. It keeps on going and going, my friends. And then we're going to start hopefully building some of this. What time is it? Yeah, there's time. What happened there? I think it just didn't like how many emojis you put. I should change that. My bot. share Facebook. Post to Facebook. Blogger, LinkedIn. There we go. Love you. See you later. Have fun at the lake. I will continue beveling. Beveling forever, baby. Do a little smoothing. See the birdies. Nice. Have fun. So what's going to happen here, in case you guys are wondering, as you linger and lurk, you're like, he's certainly doing a lot of carving in the last week. After this is done, I'll start cutting out the main two parts of the pauldron. And then I'm hopefully I've got something around that I don't have to dye that stuff. We'll see. Rather not dye it. No, I'm not wax. Well, do I want to wax it? If I want to wax it, then I've got to use Vegetan. Damn it, now I'm not even sure. I had a plan. I think I just threw it out the window. Ooh, I'm sweating a little here. Little sweaty. Sweaty. I do have to hand sew the middle of the pauldron pieces, and then I can machine sew the other stuff. But I do have to paint and or dye and or resist and antique these pieces still as well. You like the little raven? Glad you like it. I need another stretch here. Whew. Little beverage and hamstring stretch as I read a little bit. Oh, James says the armor's going to be done tomorrow. Good stuff. If any of you are members or Patreon members, you can see the armor James has been working on in the Discord. And hilariously, the armor he was working on is from the concept art was done by me on a stream using Midjourney AI art stuff. So take that for what you will. I do have plans to do some of that, but have not yet. Hey, this is getting close. Close. Lotion time. The lotion emoji. I have to edit the emoji. It should be this cream colored, but whatever. Thank you. Not quite yet. It's a little greasy still. Greasy. Right. Now I stare at it for a second and see if I've missed something. Probably have. Rare that I just sit down and it's fine. Yeah, there we go. Pretty good. And if I see something, I can fix it in a minute. All right. All right. I'm going to stand and stretch myself. I'm going to do a little bit of beveling on these while I'm thinking about it. And then I'm going to fix the camera because it's all standing from here on out. The exciting world of not having to sit on that fucking stool. Jesus. Any of these need to be beveled? This one does. Just takes practice. All it takes is practice. And patience. The fundamentals are pretty straightforward. Okay. So I've got these pieces. Looking excellent. Righto. All right, I'm gonna do a quick fix of the main cam. 1 sec. seems like it will make sense. We'll see when I switch it. Might be too low. That's good. Look at that. That's incredible. Wondrous. Catching up on a little bit of reading. So I've done half of the carving for this because this is one shoulder. So I got to do the other shoulder. But the other shoulder is not going to be done on a live stream because we've already done all this stuff on the live stream. So that'll be just filmed, and that will be the one shoulder will be the tutorial video, and this shoulder that I've been doing on the live stream is the make sure everything works before the tutorial tutorial video. It's kind of what it is. Move this. Take a moment to enjoy all of our beverages, depending on what your beverage of choice is. Feels like I'm way behind on the live comparatively, but that's okay. Catching up on the... Hey, look, we got more likes than concurrent viewers now. Yes! Is the goal. Kind of. Likes are good. How long has this been going? What time is it? It's 3... Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna do a little show and tell real quick. 1 second. This guy. This dude. Come on. Focus. He's my, one of my orc doodles that I've been working on. My Blood Bowl guy. Come on! Whatever. Focusing is the problem for this camera right now. There. He's looking pretty cool. I'll be doing this kind of stuff on the other channel. I did do a painting video for miniatures on this channel, but yeah. Anyways, show and tell complete. Who doesn't love orcs? You know? I have made a little mess here. Wog indeed. Wog indeed. Man, the live is so far behind. Like, it feels like it's like 30 seconds behind. Seems like a lot. I'm going to time it. I just want to time it. We're going to see. So this is, just for the sake of it, I'm going to time it. It's going to be like right now. We're just doing a little test to see how far behind that frickin' thing is. Oh, my mouse is dying too. That's good. I'm watching. I'm prepping. I'm readying. All right, I can pick my phone up. I fuck around a bit. And come on, what am I doing here? Holy shit. It's way behind. Yeah, you guys are sitting here going, what is he doing now? Yeah, it's like 40 seconds. Weird. This is very... Is this slow? Did the slow mode slow me down? I'm confused now. Somebody said it slowed me down, and this is crazy. 1 minute and 5 seconds. I'm behind you guys. So I'm going to check something real quick. Maybe that slow mode did do that. Edit. That's nuts. Let's just do that. Okay. Anyways. I'm always like 30 seconds behind. I can tell when you read my comments. So, don't get it. Whatever. Where's my printouts? Let's get this next level on the road here. I think I should do it out of Vegetan. Do I have heavy enough? Damn it, now I'm like second guessing everything here. It's laid out a little funny. This is very bright. Hello, Island Crawler. Knife, ruler. Whatever. It's the only leather that exists. It is handy because you can just dye it. But... What's about the live stream in Twitch? Whoa, sorry. On Twitch, it's like instant almost. It's like 5 seconds maybe. It's crazy. Maybe it's my bit rate. Later, Will. Thanks for stopping in. Well, like I could use a chrome or oil tan or whatever, and then I could carve a piece and put it on top, which I've done lots. Because these are all layered, right? So this piece could be different with the doopa-doops, right? Layered on top of it. In a perfect world, I'd rather not dye anything. So if I had something heavy enough that I thought was a good color, and I wasn't going to wax it, I'd have no problem with it. But I may want to wax it. I don't know yet. Oops. I actually wanted to leave a little lip because I'm going to cut this out by taping it down. Not a big deal. Just a minor annoyance. Having a little lip on it helps. Do I need that? No. Hey, if you prefer dyeing it, that's great. There is something to be said as long as you're dyeing it nicely for something that's like not perfect, a little mottled, a little rough, but not like too rough. Whereas when you're looking at all these hides that I have that are pre-dyed are, for the most part, pretty nice and even. So I can see what you're saying there. I get what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Is that how that goes? Oh, cut this too. I do tend to use a lot of Vegetan if it's film stuff. You can certainly get a better texture with it, like when you're using it, like dealing with it when it's wet or just when it's just being dyed. You can do a lot of breakdown to it that looks cool and like got like wrinkles and stuff and gives it some wear. The other stuff it bounces back a little too quickly. I will probably do Vegetan with this. I'm just wondering if I have what I need. This might screech to a halt, and I'll have to go to Tandy and pick up a hide. Ooh, expensive. Tape. And also in film, when you dye something, oh, these are all in the wrong spot. Whatever. I've got my layers wrong. When you dye something for film, and if they want another one of it, and the hide's gone, at least with dyeing stuff, you can just go get the dye and hopefully match it. Do some reading. We were doing some marble dyeing using some shaving cream. Turned out neat. How do others dye for a marble effect? It does certainly helps with a dip. I have dip dyed a lot of stuff. It uses more dye up, but it is certainly more even for sure. I have done that lots, especially with black. So the other thing I was gonna do, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, I'll talk about it anyways. So I had already talked about it. Never mind. Let's see, what is it? So I've got this shoulder piece here. A good spot. Sure. And I've got this raised hook guard ridge on the edge, but I'm a little worried that it's going to flop over, even if I put it on the right angles. So I might cut some slots into the more of the body of it and stick it through it in the little tabs that I have for it. And I think it'll hold up better if it's like that. Random thoughts. As far as like a marble effect on dyeing, I haven't done a lot of crazy dyeing. I'd like to do more. Anything I've done is usually like airbrushing edges and stuff like that, or using a textured sponge to model stuff a bit. There was somebody who's done some incredible pouches online, but I'd really like to know how they did their dye job. It's fucking crazy. And I've never heard of this shaving cream way you're talking about. I'd like to check that out. In fact, I'm just gonna Google on the air. So where's it gonna happen? Googling on the air. Shaving cream, marble. Leather. Maybe that'll do it. That's weird. That's very strange. What the hell is going on there? And I'm going to quickly try and find this person because I want you guys to see this. These pouches I'm talking about. They're French, I think. French leather crafter, medieval fantasy pouches. Boop-doop. Let's see if I can find what they're putting down. Hey, that's my pouch. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a different pouch, guys. Hey, that's my pouches again. Well, that's good. That's a good sign. Let's see. I think it's going to be hard to find. I think I might have stumbled into it on Pinterest, but it's so cool. I wanted to share it. It's going to be tough. Bear with me while I do a little search here, guys. Oh, I know where I've got it on Pinterest. Pinterest, which I barely use. Talk amongst yourselves. Pinterest. Where are my thingies? Saved pins. Here it is. Okay, I'm onto it. Yeah. This is what it is. What? Okay. Yeah, this. I would love to know how to do this dye job. This is like something super cool. I'm just trying to figure out how to share it best. Copy link. Is that going to do it? This is on Pinterest, so it's not. Okay, so I'm going to post this in the chat. It's my own chat. I would think it would let me do links. We'll see. Oh my god, ads. All right. That's I don't think that goes to the website, but it goes to the pin at least. he has some really cool dye jobs and gems and carving on a lot of very unique pouches. So if you're interested in like going through down the rabbit hole of somebody's cool work, that individual has some really cool stuff. And if anybody can tell me how that dye job is done, because I am not a paints and dyes expert, I want to know how that dye job is done because it's great. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. All of his pouches and bags are like that. They're crazy, and I'm pretty sure they are French. French. So it's really nice. I could see like maybe it's like a. Let me look at it again. Like, you know, like obviously sponging up the edges or airbrushing the edges, but like when you get to, is it all just airbrushing? Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh yeah, it's just airbrushing. Like, or is it just sponged on? It almost looks textured. Oh wow. Okay, I'm just like throwing links at you guys just because. Look at this one. Think it's all sponge? That's what I thought it might be. Is it even dyeing or is it just paint? Is it using acrylic paints or something? Like, pretty cool. Could just be paints. Anyways, very cool stuff. Do I have? This is a mess here. This is a little. Move you out of the way, but you don't really need you for right now. You've done something similar. Like I've fucked around before with some dyes and some paints and a sponge for sure. But there's something very nice about what they've done there. It feels like it might, just considering the blue on that other one. Like, was it blue and white? Like it might just be paints, which is totally fine. I feel like it's paint. At least like maybe it's dyed dark blue and then sponged up because all that light white and stuff like that's got to be paint. It has to be paint. It's paint. I'm calling it. It's paint. I'm looking. Yeah, that's not the same. I understand that it might be like us also using sponges and doing a modeled look, but it's not what that person is doing. It's totally. Yeah, I can take a sponge and certainly push some fucking colors on something. Chubby's falling asleep. Good night. Thanks for stopping in, but have a good one. Yeah, layering up, resist. Yeah. That's what I like. I think I'm calling it. It's paints. The main part. Certainly, you're dyeing the base and then sponging up with paints, right? It certainly seems like it. And just keep sponging up and sponging up and sponging up. Lightening up the little points. It's almost like I should just do it. Do I just change course? Because I think I have the leather for this. I got sponges. Yeah, I don't have the leather for this. As I blow through all my paints. No, let's not go crazy. I could do that in my own time some other time. Yeah, okay. With only dyes, you think so? It's not the same, James. Not. All yours is just dyes. That did you click on the link of the blue one? That blue one is paint. 100%. It must be paint, which is the key to like the conversation. Is like, how is it done? It's paint. It must be paint. Um, I agree that the idea that using a sponge to model your leather is the process, but the process is much more than that as far as like their technique and colors and paint and application goes. Teresa was talking about a resist. Not a bad idea. Like it's got to be. And if the blue is painted, I feel like it's all painted. Like that's his technique. He paints it. Everything's painted. I just feel like it would just, that's how he would do it. And it would be easier with paints. Wouldn't it be easier with paints? Am I crazy? I'm just reading away here as we ponder. Um, yeah. Do I have any? I don't think I have the leather ready for this. Let's see here. What's this shit? No. No. Oh, what's this? No. I don't have the leather to continue on with this. How long is the stream been going, anyways? What do we have for time here, guys? I don't even know. Why wouldn't it just show me what the time is? Stream settings, stream health, analytics. Come on, guys, help me. Anyways, whatever. I wanted to do more than this carving, but I would have to dive into like, am I painting these fucking things? I was thinking of talking about painting. I was thinking of for these. Well, you can't do the blue pouch with alcohol dyes. You just can't. There's white on it, like stark white, on it. So yeah, I guess it. Well, as far as like scraps for testing, Teresa, I have carved out these pieces to be mounted on a final shoulder pauldron. I don't want to. Like my test is already. Here's my test. In theory, it works. So I'm ready to go. I'm just saying it can't be done with just dyes. I don't see how it could be without it being a giant pain in the ass. And very unforgiving as well. With paints, you can go back and fix everything. And that blue one can't be done. Just can't. There's like ridiculously bright whites and gradients on it. No, not what time. I mean, like how long the stream's been going, which is probably a couple hours. Oh, Amy Dolphin could tell us. Amy, did you see? Did you even pipe in? Did you say paints? Didn't see you were in here until just now. I would trust whatever Amy says, pretty much. Not that you guys, I believe in you guys as well, but Amy is like some paint master, carving, and artist. You should see some of her stuff. Some of your leather has the same white color. It's not. It doesn't. It can't have. I've never seen a white Vegetan hide. It has white. Like it's white. Oh, look at Amy's what's the word I'm looking for? Diplomatic. Probably paint, but it could be a combination of both. I imagine they dyed the base, and then they could have put an acrylic, was it Resin on it? James, you don't need to send me a picture. It's all good. And then they painted it up from there. That's probably what they did. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, like it's paint. Crazy. It can't be anything. Well, that's kind of cool there too. I'm just looking at the blue one again. So crazy. All right, so you're saying I have to do something like that? Fair. Lotion for my hands. It's been going over a little over an hour, a little over 2 hours. Don't need to push it. I got some cleaning up to do. I need to buy some leather for a set of arms I have to make anyway, so I got to buy some leather for the shoulders, obviously. Listen, what's this? Nope. Fail. Unless I go black. I think the easiest thing in my discussion with like how this would be, like, why would you just use dye? Like, why? It'll just be a pain in the ass to do it. Like, why not use paint? What's the drawback? You're gonna paint it, then you're gonna fucking put a finish on it. As I stare at it, oh, what's that one? Holy Jesus, man, that's crazy. Man, just killing me here. We were just kind of slowly inching towards an end. If anybody is interested in helping support the stream by becoming a member, I gave away 5 memberships. I would love to get a membership for not of my own accord, but whatever. Super chat, super stickers. Make sure you go subscribe to my other YouTube channel just in case you're interested in hobbies, games, stuff like that, which is Dark Horse Tavern. Go check that out. The shoulder is just made for whatever. It's not for either of these specifically. Yeah, check out the other channel as well as this one. I'm just currently in the contemplation zone, which is never a good thing to be doing on stream. Of what do I have? What's this? Why do I feel like this was garbage when I tried to deal with it? Yeah. Well, you can have a white leather for sure, 100%, but then you're not dyeing it. Very unlikely that you're having. I've never seen a white Vegetan before. That like maybe, but then you're not dyeing it. It's like a pre-chrome tan white leather or Latigo. Quite often with like an acrylic, already it has an acrylic finish on it to make it white. So that's where I'm at with that. And then just controlling the dyes, like how that's built up, and I just don't see it being dye. In my rather expert opinion, I do not believe that it's dye. nor would there be any reason for it to be dye. It would just be a pain in the ass. Mixing, trying to stop it from bleeding all over the place, how opaque it is or transparent it is, depending on, like, paint's just like layer, done. That dye would just be a astronomical pain in the ass, is what it would be. If you could even do it, which I don't believe you can. And that's my, if somebody wants to do it with dye and show me a picture, then I will change my mind. But I just don't think it's possible to get it like how it's looking there. You could do a different look for sure. Quarter Leather is also a great YouTube channel. If anybody doesn't follow Quarter, go check out Quarter Leather. I think Quarter the one with like over 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, it doesn't matter what color the leather is. You cannot build it up with dye to make it look like it is in the picture. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to look at it. It's probably not white. Like, there's white. It's like paint colored white. Like none of that is white. And that's just a modeled dye job, which is cool, but it's different, totally different. Well, I dig it though. It's really cool. But building that up to like the many different shades to a white and controlling it like they have on the those images is not possible. I just don't think it's possible. I need to think about how this shoulder is going to happen. It's Friday. I don't want to like keep you guys an astronomical time. It's only 4:30 though. Oh, that's where I was going with this. I was thinking of. I need to do this, sure. So usually I dye all the inside bits, and then I antique it, depending on if I'm waxing it or not. If I'm waxing it, I paint it. If I'm not waxing it, I just antique it, and everything's fine. But I was thinking of trying to do like a miniature painting style where I'm like dry brushing it and then doing contrast paints to like bring it out. Do some cool painting instead of like just my like usual paint. Anyways, more rambling. Robert, it's all good. We are closing down soon, but that's fine. Only thing about this little heart is it blocks the frickin' chat. Like, why is it? Why would they put a heart and block the chat? There we go. You can maybe do a white wash and then alcohol paint for the blue. It just feels like it's acrylic paints. I don't know why it would be anything else. It could be some different paints. Especially if there's a resist on it, it could be some different paints for sure. We did, we as in me, this. We carved this thing. It was wonderful. And then I started cutting these out, and I've got to get these shoulders going, but I'm not totally sold on if I want to do Vegetan or not. So that's kind of why that's a problem right now. Yeah, I hate the heart. What? The heart? Did I miss something? Probably. Oh, the heart on the thing. Yeah, the chat. See? It's like we're a minute behind. It's in a very strange place. But you feel free to click away on it if you guys want to click away on it. What am I thinking? Vegetan. All the stuff I have, I just don't have the... No. It's too thin. Too thin. Well, if you want to say that the blue just feels like alcohol dilution paintish, that's fine. I don't disagree with that. I disagree that it's dye. That is just dyeing the leather. Because it's just would be a giant pain in the ass. And it's unnecessary. Everything in that image can be done with paint, and easily with paint. And you're able to fix your fuck-ups easily with the paint. And do it quickly without having to worry about it too much. That's where I'm at with it. It's like, what are the reasons for it not to be paint? Is what we should be asking ourselves. If you used a veg, would it turn out more like a jerkin material? No, it's. I would use some heavy Vegetan. The only reason I'm thinking about Vegetan is because I can then pick the colors a little better. I can make it a little more mottled and like rough looking, and I can wax it if I want to wax it. Which I may want to wax it. I was aiming at this just being a costume piece though. But even then, as James was saying earlier, he likes the texture and kind of colors of when you do your veg, which I do honestly as well. I do, like, now that he said it, like I was all for just using a flat brown or a flat black, but it looks super processed, whereas Vegetan looks really cool. It's got this weirdness to it. I think a while ago I actually did message to them, and it's a trade secret. I source my leather from Lonsdale Leather and Tandy Leather. Lonsdale Leather, I have, this is my Lonsdale Leather plug, if anybody's interested. I have a link in the description of this video, unless I forgot, which is possible. And that goes to Lonsdale Leather, and I'm an affiliate, and I get a percentage of any sales that are brought in through that link. And I also have a coupon code for 10% off that you can use. So you can go there. Oh, and it's free shipping for orders in Canada and the US over $150. So that's the thing. Or I go to Tandy. If I'm doing saddle skirting and heavier leather, I would go to Tandy. Amy says the finish does not look like paint on the rest of the body, which is why I think it's a combination of the two. So like yeah, like they dye their base color and then build up from there with paint. Dye the base, put an acrylic finish on it, build up with paint, put an acrylic finish on it again. It's Photoshop then, nice. Now it's just, I think we're just hanging out now, so I'm gonna do a little organization here. Well, I think it's got to be. James is right. It's got to be Vegetan. Just has to be Vegetan. Watch me, like, it'll be like all mottled and painted with weird colors and stuff. Now that I'm doing mini painting again, I've got a lot of paint stuff on my brain. So, or an AI image. They've been around way before Midjourney though. So I know you're joking, but still. Just looked up local leather here at double shoulder, 2.5, 3.5 millimeters, about $170. Damn. It is early though. I could do a Twitch stream where I'd paint miniatures, which could be all right. So I've got these pieces cut out. They are ready. This is ready. I got to figure out how I'm dyeing these. I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna dye and paint them because I'm gonna wax it. Probably wax it. Maybe wax it. I don't know. We can never raid anybody. It's always a giant. Oh, we could raid Starfish. She's probably going right now, and she's always fun. I'm actually very glad we found her because she's quite entertaining. You guys want to just like, we can ramble over in that chat if we want to. We can just go raid Starfish. Starfish face. I think that's the best plan right now. Yeah, I'm gonna machine stitch for sure. I'm done hand stitching everything like a maniac. I've got all the holes here for people to do it if they want to. Robert says, I have a 12 135th artillery crew that needs painting for my model of an M198. Cool. Very cool. I'm going to be going over some painting techniques on the other channel that I've got going on. My Dark Horse Tavern. I'm not a pro painter, but I am diving back in full bore here. You have been working like a machine, James. Have a good night. Sleep well. I'll see you soon. I'm going to end the stream. We're going to raid the starfish, and I'll think about more of this while I'm not having to be on camera. Because, you know, I want to be productive. Anyways, thanks for everybody for stopping in. Thanks for all the chatter. We had good conversations, as always. Remember, go subscribe to Dark Horse Tavern for gaming stuff, hobbies, crafts. Not crafts. Well, some crafts. Make sure you're subscribed here. Obviously, you are if you're in the chat. And maybe become a member if you feel like it. So hopefully this works. I'm going to end stream, and it should redirect us to the starfish. Have fun.